we live in a society in which violence is a rite of passage, that there is no way you would grow up in this country before the age of 18, and that you wouldn't suffer violence, that's a reality. That shouldn't be normal. I don't think any child should have to grow up with that kind of fear. That is the hardest part for me. And that the fact that we have to tell these stories to get people to care. Why should we have to share horror stories of like 6-month-old babies being raped? Or young girls being raped by teachers? Or a girl who just wanted an education and her home was too loud, so she went to church to study. And she was raped and beaten, and she died from those injuries.
In a bid to promote awareness about children's rights, togetherness, and improving children's welfare, the 27th of May was mapped out in Nigeria to celebrate children. Representatives from Child Protection Network FCT chapter throws light on childhood.
Borrowing from the Child Rights Convention, which was now domesticated in Nigeria to the CRA, which is the Child Rights Act, and even UNICEF, a child has been defined as any person that is below the age of 18. So once you attain the age of 18, you'll probably be classified into another group. But for the purpose of the CRA and even in the Nigerian context, the child is somebody that is below the age of 18.
Like the saying goes, children are tomorrow's citizens of the country. So particularly, the Child Rights Act was set up to guarantee the rights of all children in Nigeria. However, not all states in Nigeria have adopted the Child Rights Act as a state law. According to the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, 11 states in Nigeria are yet to pass the Child Rights Act. All 11 states are in the northern part of the country.
When you talk about the right of a child in Nigeria or children in Nigeria, there are laws that guide us. The Nigerian Constitution provides for the right of a child.
Okay.
The CRA that she mentioned earlier, Child Rights Act, which you have in some states as a child rights law or bill, depending on their own peculiarity, states Part 2, Part 3, Part 4 of the Child Rights Act, which is what I have with me here, is actually talking about who a child is, the best interest of a child, which means anything we do must be in the best interest of that child, the responsibility of the child, and part of the right of a child is just like every normal human being, as we have in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended.
They're actually two different things.
Okay.
Allowing your child to express his or herself and allowing your child to interrupt a conversation with an adult, or when you're having a conversation with an adult, they're actually two different things. Okay. So when we're talking about self-expression, it's different from, now you're teaching your child a culture, which has to do with moral. Even as an adult, I have to wait for you to finish your conversation before I speak. Yeah. If you weren't talking to me, I probably won't need to respond to you because you need to direct your conversations to me. So teaching a child that it's not right to interrupt or it's not right to speak out of turn, you are not denying the child the right to express themselves.
It is important to note that children are likely to live up to what you believe of them. For the Nigerian society, it is a mixed feeling towards what the impartation of Child Rights Act has been so far in the country.
You see something, say something. Don't keep quiet. Break up from the silence. Many people are dying inside because they could not talk. You understand? And part of the impediment, that is the impediment that you said, government of Nigeria, we need to do an assessment. For instance, we are talking about Children's Day today. In the record that we have, we still quote 17 million children orphan. With Boko Haram, with bandits, is it the same figure? I heard yesterday that they have started another survey to know the number of children that are orphaned. So it's the record says that 42% of our population in Nigeria are children. But 1/3 of that population are out of school. What are we doing?
This is Child Protection Network. You work with children, you work with mothers, you're a faith base. Come, we together in unity, we will fight this. It's ongoing, we will not stop talking about it. We will talk until the narrative is changed at grassroots, and it will lead down to policies and laws being implemented. And once there is implementation, we will definitely see change.
We all have a role to play. Our parents have got roles to play. Our teachers in school, our religious leaders, and our political leaders. And so the entire socialization process should be activated to play a role.
It's heartbreaking. It's tiring, it's heartbreaking, it is. I'm enraged. So I think if this country, wants to pretend that they're a country that believes in God, or that says they value the life of their children, then they need to do the work that is required to create safe spaces for children everywhere. Really, we shouldn't have to beg you to do that. That's like the basic minimum. No child should have to survive instead of thrive because of violence.